Hello again, everybody. Scott Casber from Takedown on InsideWrestling.com. Zeke Jones, head USA coach. He covers our Olympic team, of course, world teams, getting ready for battle in Europe. And I'll tell you what, the world teams of all countries are ready, waiting, and eager to face Team USA. Do you guys feel like you have a target on your back?
No, not necessarily. I mean, I think certainly, they're always looking at the top teams as a target, right? I mean, obviously Russia's the favorite. We know that. They've only won multiple world championships in a row. Iran's probably coming in the most prepared, most experienced team. So I'd say the targets are more on them than they are on us.
Politically speaking, Ahmadinejad of Iran, he is a huge wrestling fan. He wants to see his country do well. You recently had an opportunity to meet him. What's the temperature like in the Middle East as far as wrestling goes? Seems like it's more popular now than ever before.
Oh, they love wrestling there. I mean, when you're talking about Iran and the Middle East in general, there's a combative nature to the people there. And certainly, they've channeled that into wrestling. And, Iran's got a tremendous history and tradition. Obviously, the President Ahmadinejad was there at the World Cup, and to have him there as a signal lets people know that wrestling's important in that region.
The U.S. has obviously proven that wrestling is important to it as well. The rallies that we've had around the country, competition we had that one special week where we wrestled in New York and then wrestled in L.A. Zeke, you've been all around the world, but most notably recently here in the U.S. Are you energized by the popularity of this sport and its increasing importance?
Well, sure. I mean, I'm always energized every day I go to wrestling practice, but certainly when you see the world come together, and then when you add on top of that Americans coming together, that gets you excited.
Break down your freestyle team for me from the smallest to the biggest, if you would, please.
Well, right now we're at 55 kilos. We're looking at Obi Blanc and Angel Escobedo. We're, preparing two guys for that weight class right now. I think both look good. Both are strong, in good shape. We're just working on individual game plans. Angel's working on his weight, of course. Obi's working on tactics and strategies for individual opponents. So I think we look good there. 60 kilos, we have Reese Humphrey. Reese is coming off a shoulder from several months ago, who now is 100% ready to go. Training looks good, like his energy, weight's good, and I think his focus is good. Brett Metcalf, can't say enough about that guy. He is just prepared well. I think his focus is good. He's just a better wrestler than he was 6 months ago. He's improved in his areas of concentration, so I really like where he's at. We got Jordan Burroughs and, of course, Kyle Dake. Obviously we're taking both those guys to the World Championships. I think their preparation's been good. I like where they're at. Weight's not an issue. Of course, there's a big target on Jordan, as we know. 84 kilos, got Keith Gavin. I think he's ready to go. He's, I think, got a chip on his shoulder, show people that he's capable of winning the World Championships. And he's had a great training. We got J.D. Bergman at 96 kilos, of course, went to the World Championships in 2010. So one thing I like about him, as I like the whole team, is that right now their focus is excellent. His focus is excellent, and he's hungry.
Yeah.
He didn't medal at the World Championships. And then we close out with a big man, Tervel Delagnev. He's been top 5 in the world 3 years in a row, and there's no doubt he is the best heavyweight in the world. He's got to go out and prove it, though. He's got to do it on game day.
You got to like that heart he's got. I mean, one thing to have the heart, to be able to wrestle with the heart, put it all into the match and leave it all out there. He's got to know he's left it all on the mat. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's going to give you everything he's got. The challenge for him is just, he had bad luck in 11 when he was 0-for-6 in the ball pull, and then in 2012 he hurt his rib just 10 days before the Olympic Games. So he's had a stretch of bad luck, but I think now he's at a place where luck is, won't be a factor, and then he can really let his true ability show and certainly can win.
Recent adjustments in international rules, that style has been changed to be a little bit more friendly, I think, to Brent Metcalf's style. They call it a takedown wrestling style, and if there's ever a takedown wrestling artist, it'd be Brent Metcalf. He'd take you down, let you take you down all day long. I'll tell you what, I love watching that guy wrestle.
Yeah, he's great. I mean, first when you do the rules, the nice thing about the 6-minute matches, score and then keep scoring. Where we used to wrestle the 2-minute match, it was very tactical, ticky-tack. I get a takedown, and then I just try to shut the period down. Or I got to hustle and score, and you're playing defense, and a lot of offense-defense. But in this style, the 6-minute match, you can score, but that's still not enough. There's 5 minutes of wrestling left, 4 minutes of wrestling left. So you build on your score, you build on your score. And the nice thing is you can make a mistake and have plenty of time to recover from it. In a 2-minute match, you might get a takedown with a minute to go, and then now I've got to correct that mistake by hurrying up and scoring in 30 seconds or I lose. So it's very tactical. This wrestling is let it fly, and that's right up the, yeah, it's right. It's wide open. It's right up the alley for Americans.
You love it, don't you?
Oh yeah, this is perfect for us.
If there was a style for Zeke Jones, I mean, to have this implemented under your watch is, I think, just absolutely a tremendous tip of the cap to you. I know it wasn't done for Larry, but man, the fact that it was done while you're coaching.
Yeah.
Dude, Angel Escobedo, how prepped is he? I mean, this kid is tough. I know he's tough, but how prepped is he for world competition?
Oh, he's ready to go. I mean, he like every guy on our team, you could be called on in any moment to wrestle, and he's certainly ready to go. He's another guy, kind of put him in that Brent Metcalf area, where he's made a lot of improvement in a short period of time, learning to use his hands and his feet a little bit more, a little more tactically, technically. So I like where he's at right now. His weight is good. That's always been the Achilles heel for him. So I like where he's at, with his weight. We have a thing called the USA Wrestling, U.S. Olympic Committee weight control guidelines. So like the NCAA in high school, we have weight control standards within our program and our team. And so that's helping him. He has to have his weight down, 10% 4 weeks out hydrated, 7% 2 weeks out hydrated, and he's making those targets. So when he gets to competition day, he can perform optimally. So I really like where he's at.
Angel Escobedo, I believe, I've heard you say it, and other coaches say it too, there's that process of maturation that as the body matures, the mind matures, and you grow into a true international competitor. It sounds to me like he's growing into a true international competitor.
Well, sure. I mean, he's like anything. Greatness comes when you love something and you'll work your butt off for it. And those things are coming together. And really, when those two things come together, you have great technique, all the things that you need to win at the highest level. So I like where he's at.
Sounds like you've got your team ready to go, Coach. Next up, the acclimation point. You guys leave here Tuesday to fly to where?
Minsk, Belarus.
And you'll be there for how long?
We'll be there for 9 days at the Staiki Olympic Training Center in Belarus. Armenia will be there, Belarus will be there, and some scattered other countries. So it's a good place to train. We were there in 2011, 2012, which we obviously had good world championships and Olympic Games, so we're going back there. There were a lot of medals that came out of that camp in London, so we're not going to mess with something that works. We're going to do it again.
Congratulations, too, on the very future of our sport with Aaron Pico. What a fine young man,
yeah.
and Cato Levis out of California. Those two kids,
yeah.
Man, you got to be just salivating right now. Going,
yeah, well, they're great kids. We can't take any credit for them yet. They're doing a super job over there in Tight Mercury. Andy Barth and Wade Boyd and their whole crew's putting a lot of time and energy. Valentin Kalika, but it's really we're putting an emphasis and resource and energy into our developmental pipeline like we never have. I mean, not only just finances and money, but just good expertise and coaching. We're bringing kids that are 14 and 6 years old, training along Tervel Delagnev and Jordan Burroughs and Kyle Dake. I mean, they're alongside of those guys now. So we're going to get better faster. And it's just a trend within the world, too. The world's getting better younger. So we have to do the same.
I'm drinking the Zeke Jones Kool-Aid. I hope you know that.
Well, thanks. I appreciate that, buddy.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Zeke Jones, our head Olympic coach. He's the freestyle man with a mission. We're live in Alpharetta, Georgia. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.